This is Kendrick Lamar speaking from his heart, and his heart hasn't changed. Where his heart is at and what he's trying to achieve with his music has not changed from the Heart Part 1 all the way up until the Heart Part 5, and we will freaking get into it. Yo, Akan of Zawadi here, and today we're gonna be answering the question, is the Heart series Kendrick Lamar's best project ever? I mean, obviously not. C4 is. Have you heard this?
Hundreds, my pocket full of hundreds. I'm always hungry, really hungry. I think a nigga need 3 stomachs. Bummy, never.
I mean, bro, obviously that, no.
That's a joke, hey! Ha ha ha!
Okay, so what's not a joke is the Heart series. Bro, I mean, this man made a series of songs that has remained relevant from the time he started this, and I'm pretty sure he didn't have this intention in mind.
Well, maybe he did. I mean, look at this.
But anyway, what we're going to be talking about today actually is just me breaking down what the Heart series is about according to my perspective. So, the Heart Part 1. This song came out after the Kendrick Lamar EP, but before, which album was it? Overly Dedicated, OD. So the Kendrick Lamar EP is, as it says, like as the name tells you, it's about Kendrick. But then the beautiful thing about that album is that it was the transition from Kendrick Lamar being K-Dot.
I can tell you what it is, I can tell you what it isn't. No more K-Dot, my mother had named me Kendrick. A stage name, that's the name that I was given. The only thing that I can identify within this business.
And basically the song kind of gives you a feel of what that difference means. I mean, the first song that I started with, the EP, C4 that I mentioned, it was very K-Dot, very different from what Kendrick Lamar has evolved to become. Getting into it, I'm gonna be playing you the snippet of Kendrick Lamar, which sort of encapsulates who he was at the time and what got me so into him. So yeah, listen to this.
On Rosecrans where you find me, and all my niggas is grimy. But I remain the good kid, trying to make a difference where I'm from, where you live. Oh no, we got to slow the city down.
As you could probably hear, that's when the jazz influence is starting to kick in. It's either with Pharrell or Rick Rubin, but basically in one of his interviews, Kendrick was talking about like how at a certain point he realized that, okay, jazz is actually my sound.
When did jazz find its way into your world?
That's crazy. Yeah, I was in the studio one day with my guy Terrace Martin. He noticed something about the type of sounds that I was picking. In my whole catalog, from my mixtapes to my EPs to making my debut album to where I'm at now.
This was for To Pimp a Butterfly, so imagine the space between To Pimp a Butterfly and the Heart Part 1 is half a decade, basically, like a whole 5 years. And at that time, he was already getting into that. So this kind of like speaks to how, you know, Kendrick has stayed true to who he is from the jump.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Heart Part 2. This is where his sort of savior complex starts to kick in. Anthony Fantano actually spoke a bit about this, so you should check out that video about it. But anyway, the cosmically beautiful thing that happens in the song is that in the line that I'm about to play for you, actually let me just play it and then continue.
Put burners in the hands of the black man. One hood with 24 folds like a clone Kobe Bryant. You probably heard I wanna be heard and wonder who I am. You probably even listen to Faith and think I know Zion. But really I'm just caught in the loop of understanding the truth, because it seems like it's always clashing with science. I got a big fear of flying.
This line that I just played for you is one of the most prophetic things, because he mentions Kobe Bryant, and a couple lines after he mentions having a big fear of flying. And on top of that, he says, you probably listen to Faith and think I know Zion. I mean, bro, he mentioned Kobe, and then the Heart Part 5, Kobe's face. Kendrick Lamar is a freaking prophet, because we know how Kobe passed away, but then it's just wild, the through line between the Heart Part 2, which came out in like 2012, and 10 years later, Kobe is in Kendrick's song, which again, the heart does not change. I mean, I love it. Basically, that line about trying to understand the truth because it seems like it's always clashing with science. Bro, that That line freaking hit me when I was in grade 8. This is when I was starting to have my awakening. And it became a very strong influence for the kind of person that I became. I can literally say like this song is one of the reasons I am who I am today. So the hard part 3, okay, let me just freaking get into the song and then I'll talk after.
Now Punch is my mentor, Top Dog is the coach, J-Rock is my older brother. I was there when he wrote his name on his record deal. We had figured the coast would live on a pedestal once the shit hit the stove. Found ourselves scrambling, trying to figure it out. Soul told me that the record shop about to go on a drought. Q ain't got a place to stay, about to sleep on the couch.
So from hearing that, what I understand this lyric to me is this is where stuff was starting to pop off. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is recounting basically how they got to the point that they're at. Oh, I just got this now. Absol being the one to say that the record store is about to get dry. He's basically saying, I don't know how to explain it in words, but then souls are being sold here. Absol is saying the thing about selling out, bro. Kendrick Lamar, freaking genius. Bro, did you see that video that they made about like his super mathematical song? Check this out, and like I'm gonna put the link in the bio. Bro, watch. Kendrick Lamar is a genius. But anyway, it's been 5 years between the Heart Part 3 and the Heart Part 4, which, funny enough, there's a 5-year gap between Kendrick's last album and the one that's coming out this Friday, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I don't know if he's doing it all on purpose. I don't think so, but a lot of it he is probably conscious of. But I feel like some of it is just one of those things you just really notice it when it's happening, because it's like, you know, like God put me on this earth to do this thing. And that's how I feel Kendrick felt, especially when it comes to the song, which, let me play it.
Don't tell a lie on me. I won't tell the truth about you. My fans can't wait for me to sun your punk ass and crush your whole little shit. I'll big pun your punk ass, you a scared little bitch. Tiptoeing around my name, nigga, you're lame. And when I get at you, homie, don't you tell me you was just playing. Oh, I was just playing, K-Dot, come on.
So you can probably understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, but Kendrick Lamar's made it at this point, and as a dog would, he's pissing on his territory saying, this is mine. You should know that you're trespassing if you think you can call yourself the GOAT. He's not taking anybody's crap at this point, which is very interesting because he carries out this theme of being egotistical as Kendrick gets. And I'm saying egotistical, and I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, Kanye is egotistical, and we know how that comes out. I love Kanye, by the way, well, his music. But, you know, we know how that comes off.
Who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
But Kendrick's is different. Even his braggadociousness, it feels earned. It feels appropriate, you know. I don't think I have too much to say about this one, but I just love the instrumental. I think it's the most soulful instrumental out of all of them. It does have the exact same feeling that Duckworth does on Damn. So yeah, you can kind of tell the era that it's in. So the Heart Part 5, let's start by listening to it.
Face your fears, always knew that I will make it here. Where the energy is magnified and persevere. Consciousness is synchronized and crystal clear. Euphoria is glorified and made his. Reflecting on my life and what I done. Paid dues, made rules, change out of love. Them same views made schools change curriculums. But didn't change me staring down the barrel of that gun.
So as I was reading through the comments, I'm not sure if it was of the video or something else, but then someone noted a Tupac line that was sampled in Mortal Man. Tupac says,
because the spirits, we ain't even really rapping, we just letting our dead homies tell stories for us.
And that's what Kendrick has done with the Nipsey Hussle part. Anthony Fantano again speaks more about this in depth. Sean C, I think, also speaks about it too. So if you want to like get a very clear, you know, perspective on that, check out those videos. Okay, none in the series have made me cry, but then I feel like there will be a time where I listen to the Heart Part 5 and then I actually like start tearing up, because 24 by Kanye West, which is a tribute to Kobe Bryant, that song made me cry several times. Sometimes when it actually just starts playing. and like how Kendrick is also referencing the same person. For me, like it kind of draws in that same like spiritual impact. So final thoughts in terms of the Heart series. This album has been one of the most unintentional masterpieces of our time, and I feel freaking honored to be existing in a time where this is happening. Yeah, I love Kendrick. Kendrick is freaking amazing. Looking forward to the album. I hope you enjoy this. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you're new here. And yeah, peace out.